Right then. Carter, which is the house?
The one with twitching curtains. Well, where's is the one what's twitching most?
Curtain twitching. Might have known it.
All living the curtain twitches. That's why they won't have them as lighthouse keepers. Put two women in charge of Eddystone Light. What's the first thing they're going to do?
I don't know. What?
Bung lace curtains in front of it and spend all night twitching them to see who's coming. Come daylight, half the world's mercantile marine will be wrecked on the rocks below.
Oh, you do talk empty, our Mort. Come on, let's be having you. Don't straggle. Look as though you meant it.
How do you do? You're very welcome. You're only 8.5 minutes late. Oh, you're not being a nuisance. I'd have had to get tea regardless. Oh, come on, you men. Don't be backward in coming forward. Oh, and see here, would you wipe those dog's hairs off before you come in? You see, Mrs. Brandon, I'm very allergic to allergies, I am. That's why we had to have the cockatoo put down. Poor soul. He had some very amusing ways with his cuttlefish bone, did Cocky. Isn't it funny the way birds have feathers? Oh, come on, there's no need to make a meal of it. Come in. I'll not bite you, even though I've got all my own teeth. So, you're Carter's mummy, are you, Mrs. Brandon? Oh, he's told me so much about you. Isn't it funny how you can't get your Christmas cake to rise? I like your twin set. Is it bought? Oh, isn't it a pity about the armpits? And who's this one, skulking in the shadows? Is that your daddy, Carter?
Yes.
Oh, who does he look like? I'll give you 3 guesses. You're wrong. And who's this old gentleman with the bloodshot eyes and the florid complexion?
I'm his Uncle Mort.
Oh, well, I should make the most of it, love. You don't belong for this world to me. You're not a heavy drinker, are you? You are, I can see by your nose. Now, you won't let that dewdrop drop on my new carpet. Now then, before we settle down, does anyone want to go to the toilets? Speak now or forever hold your peace. No? I'll word you soon pleased, aren't you? Well, come on into the lounge then. You're not being a nuisance. I'd have had to you-bank regardless. Pat, love! Pat! Pat! Come on, love! Come on, Pat, your visitors have arrived. Honestly, Mrs. Brandon, young girls these days, they put more black stuff on their eyes than we put black lead on our grates. Aren't I right? I am. Now, Mr. Brandon, sit yourself down in that chair yonder. That's where my late husband dropped stone dead last Christmas. Honestly, Mrs. Brandon, it were typical of him, spoiling our Christmas day like that. He was sat there, right as rain, peeling a satsuma, and he suddenly gives this funny little burp and he drops forward dead as a doornail. Typical. Couldn't even wait for the Queen's speech. And as I said to our Pat, what a waste of a satsuma. Well, I mean, with the price of citrus fruits these days, every penny counts, doesn't it? Oh, come on, you, sit yourself down. Hasn't he got grumpy features, Mrs. Brandon? Do you think his blood's too rich? Pat! What are you doing up there? Carter's busting his boilers down here to meet you. Aren't you busting your boilers, Carter?
Yes.
Oh, bless him. He's a real credit to you, Mrs. Brandon. Hasn't he got lovely half-moons to his fingernails? Well, I'm just going to put the kettle on. You needn't make yourselves too comfy, because you'll not be stopping long, will you? What are you doing up there? You've not got trapped in the plug already?
Ye gods. Bloody hell.
Oh, Heck, Carter. Why didn't you warn us, Adam? Why didn't you?
Well, what are you playing at, sat there doing nothing? Pat's been in the kitchen these past 5 minutes taking the lumps out of the custard. Well, come on, get on your hind legs and show willing. Tea's all ready. You'll not be a nuisance if you promise not to linger. Now, come on, you men, get on your feet.
If only I'd been stood here 10 seconds ago.